That means it is must-win to stand any chance of catching leaders Bahrain. If they do cause the upset, then there's still the potential for a multiple-team tie at the top. If Bahrain go to 4-0, nobody can catch them for that one available place at next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments ahead of Paris 2024. As the group currently stands, Bahrain at 3-0. Saudi Arabia's 92-75 win over India earlier today on this court, putting both of those teams to 2-2. Indonesia, Kazakhstan and host Syria all at 1-2. Those last two teams face each other in the final game on this court today after this one. Introducing Indonesia first, all about two players really for them. The number 8, Yuda Saputera, 24-year-old point guard in this tournament, ranks 4th with 18 points a game and 1st with 7 assists a game, also joint 3rd with 1.7 steals. He's 4th on average in efficiency, shoots 55% inside, 42% from long range. And then the aforementioned Marquise Bolden, 1st in points and blocks, 2nd in rebounds and efficiency, averaging 28 points, 9.3 boards, 3.7 rejections, shooting 68% from two-point range, 72% at the stripe. Milos Pejic, the Serbian head coach. If they do get a third scoring option, it should come from 24-year-old shooting guard Muhammad Nur, although he has been inconsistent. Bahrain, not individuals, all about the team. Wayne Chisholm, the 36-year-old veteran, averaging 14 points, 7 rebounds, 1.3 blocks. The other veteran, Maitam Issa, the captain, a joint 6th tournament best, 4 assists a game, also 1.7 steals. And then the young guns, Mustafa Rashid, a star born here in Damascus, a tournament 2nd best, 25.7 points on 53% three-point shooting, knocked down 10 triples in the last game. Ali Kadem, a defensive ace, averaging a tournament best 3 steals. Muzamil Hamouda, another 21-year-old, averaging a tournament 6th best, 15.7 points on excellent percentages. Well, this may be where we say a new era started in Asian zone basketball. The young rising stars of Bahrain showed their potential at the Asia Cup last year. Now they are fulfilling it and really catching the eye. Not just about the individuals, but about the way they play as a team under the Spanish head coach, Ricard Casas. And that at both ends of the floor. They're pouring in the points, lots of different options on offense, lots of ball movement, but they're also dogged and determined on defense. They've got the league leader or the competition leader in steals and 3 players who are tied in 3rd place for steals a game, as well as the 3rd and 4th best shot blockers in the competition. A lot to take on for this Indonesian team, who are predominantly about the point guard Saputera and the centre Bolden. They're led by the Serbian Milos Pejic, head coach since 2021, when he led the team to an historic first ever goal at the Southeast Asia Games. Of course, they aim to qualify for a World Cup on home soil and just missed out on that, going out before the quarterfinals of the Asia Cup last year. Here's the Bahraini starting 5, the 2 veterans, Chisholm and Issa, both really contributing. And then behind them, it's that constellation of young stars who offer so much hope for now and also for the future. They shot the lights out in the last game here against Syria, to the extent that his team earned a standing ovation from the Syrian fans. 23 pointers for the team at 49% accuracy, half of them from the quite brilliant 21-year-old Mustafa Rashid, who finished 10 of 17 from downtown. He had 32 points in that game. He averages 25.7, but can facilitate as well. Also, a tournament joint 6th best 4 assists a game. One of those players averaging a tournament joint 3rd best 1.7 steals a game. They work so well for each other. They dished 28 assists as a team in that win over Syria with only 10 turnovers. 8 players of the 10 who took to the court had multiple assists. So it is the ultimate team against perhaps the ultimate individual. Bahrain versus Bolden. It's really come off the rails for Indonesia since they beat Kazakhstan behind Bolden's 40 points in game 1. They lost by 16 last time out on Monday to Saudi Arabia. Pounded in the paint in that game. Only shooting 35% from 2, while conceding 60% to their opponents. Points in the paint, 18 to 50 against them. It might be a better matchup for them against this Bahrain team that do a lot of their scoring on the perimeter. Indonesia do have some support in the arena as well. Those fans have been very vocal over the course of their first 3 games. But Bahrain have dealt so impressively with every test that's been thrown their way. We wondered if they'd be able to maintain it last night, or Monday night rather, in a heated atmosphere in this arena against the hosts, in front of a couple of thousand passionate Syrian fans. And they did that and then some with a 31-point win. A psychological test for their young stars, passed with flying colours. If they win this one, Bahrain, they will go to the Olympic qualifying tournaments next year, and do so having been the 2nd lowest ranked team in this tournament. 84th in the world. Indonesia, the only team ranked lower at 85th. It's the latter who start with the ball. Saputera running into Chisholm. Here is Bolden trying to balance the baseline. He didn't step out of bounds, but he did travel. Not the start that Indonesia wanted for Marquise Bolden. I feel he's going to have an almighty game for them to stand a chance. Mustafa Rashid actually missed his first 4 shots in the last game before finishing with 32 points and 10 made threes. Such a great belief in his own shooting ability, and he swivels and scores that time. Mustafa Rashed, you can't just think about his three-point shot. He's only a 177 guard, but he's got skills on the interior as well. Pinch back by Bahrain. I talked about their team defense. The number of pickpockets that they have turned over, recovered though by Issa, the captain. Mid-ranger for him, off the mark. Trying to crash the balls to no avail, Ali Kadem. Wide open spot for the three. Still not going down for Indonesia. Off the mark for Nur. Really important that he gets going to offer that third prong to the attack. Pull back. Initiated by Koko Diputra on the mismatch against Chisholm. Mohamed Nur for Indonesia had 14 points the first game, 4 of 7 three-point shooting. And then just 5 points. The second game, a 1 of 6 shooting. Step it back up in game 3 with 11 points on 3 of 6 from the outside, but they need him to shoot the ball well. Losing it, but getting the break. Mustafa Rashed, the only score so far. Chisholm trying to slip it in. Diligent defense by Indonesia, but still somehow recovered and put in by Ali Kadem. He is a tenacious customer, Kadem, the competition leader in steals, 3 a game. Also scoring 7 points on average on 62% field goal shooting. Picked off by Chisholm. Positive battling start from Bahrain. They blow the open layup though, get another second chance opportunity. And Chisholm still able to stretch and score at the age of 36. This uphill task gets a bit steeper for Indonesia, with Bahrain scoring the first 6 points. We talk so much about their three-point shooting ability. They haven't taken an attempt yet on the outside, 3 of 5 on the inside. Bolden handing it off, then trying to get onto the interior. Nur out to the corner to Koko Diputra. Bolden versus Chisholm, shot clock ticking down, stripped to the ball. Chisholm has been excellent on defense to start, putting a lid on Bolden. No transition points that time. Bolden trying to get in behind Chisholm and does get some joy in that matchup. 3 steals in the opening 3 minutes for Wayne Chisholm. A veteran who's a leader for these young players, along with the captain Issa. Here's Chisholm on the offensive end, missing a 3. And a foul on the rebounds and the defense. Seems to have gone the other way, the decision. So lots of positivity early on for Bahrain, but still only a 4-point lead, and Indonesia with possession. This is not a bad position to be in, considering they've committed 4 turnovers in the opening 3 and a bit minutes. Out to the corner, especially if this goes from Koko Diputra, and it does, to get Indonesia within a whisker. Rashed. Strange margin, considering Bahrain haven't turned it over once yet. 3-point shot from Issa, and the captain hits the target. 33% on the outside so far in the tournament. Averaging 9 points. Tournament joint 6th best 4 assists. And a tournament joint 3rd best 1.7 steals. Backdoor cut, baseline was open. Flipped up and in for the score by the 21-year-old Henrik Jonge, who's had a tough time off the bench in the tournament, just 3 points a game on 4 of 18 shooting. Rashid taking another 2, missing it. Indonesia in transition, Jonge flying forward, back out to Bolden, up against Chisholm, that key matchup again, and he can't convert. Chisholm certainly getting the better of that centre matchup. Chisholm can act as the power forward for Bahrain, but playing at centre against Bolden, doing an excellent job. And then it's taken just over 4.5 minutes. But Bahrain knocking down one of those automatic threes. The second on the outside for Issa. So he's 2 of 2. Bahrain by 5. They can score quickly. Midway point of the first quarter. Jonge, 21-year-old, getting a bigger role here in this first quarter. He's not really produced. He misses that shot. Ali Hassan in at centre, with Chisholm going to the bench. Issa, oh, he got it! Off the hop and the bounce and the backboard and the rim, Issa 3 of 3. It's going to be a very tough afternoon for Indonesia. If Bahrain are getting breaks like that, but that's a better break. Hamuda seemed to have the open dunk and blew it. And up high it goes to Bolden, drops it off Jonge, goaltend. So the basket counts for Jonge. Strange to see Jonge getting this kind of a role. Transition 3 off the top of the backboard that time, into the hands of Bolden. It's a bit erratic. Indonesia playing particularly well, but only down 6. Jonge. Bolden the target. Different match this time against Ali Hassan, with Chisholm on the bench. Coach having to manage the minutes of the 36-year-old in this intense tournament. 5 games in 6 days for all of the nations here. Rashid shifts it on. Ali Hassan to the line. He's an undersized centre in terms of his height, Ali Hassan. Certainly a wide frame. Only 194 tall. Can be an awkward-looking scorer. He's only 4 of 12 from 2-point range of the tournament, but he's in 14 minutes a game, averaging 5.3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.3 steals. Timeout Indonesia. It's a 6-point game.
What is this pass? What is this? What is this? That's slow, lazy, lazy pass. We talked about that this morning. They're quick, they're so speed on the outside. Always coming from the big guy. Don't do that. He's the big man, especially against 15. The big man. Hey, I pass. No like this. Very simple. Always one. Open me the goal, okay?
So Indonesia, 5 turnovers in the opening 6 and a bit minutes. Bahrain yet to turn it over. And Bahrain have also grabbed the only offensive rebound of the game. So lots of extra possessions for Bahrain, who are shooting the ball okay as well, but only lead by 6 because Indonesia have shot it well. Just not taking as many shots, Indonesia, because of that possession count. They've taken 5 fewer attempts. These are the first free throws in the game, coming from Ali Hassan. Continues to give Chisholm a break. And takes the advantage to 7 points. 16-9 is your score. Coco Di Putra. Tasia to the far side. Yonga for three. Halfway down, back out again. Tough break for the 21-year-old Henrik Yonga. Tough slip of the basketball for Hamouda. Another 21-year-old. Not really seen too much from Yuda Saputera yet, but here he goes, darting into the lane, floating and finishing. Yuda Saputera, who can be a real spark plug. Ali Melad, back out. Bouali. Here's Hamouda to shoot the three, and he knocks it down. Muzamil Hamouda, an excellent three-point shooter. He's got a superb combination of attributes. Lengthy, athletic frame. Really good basketball IQ. And able to stretch the floor with that shooting. Grabs the rebound, he's averaging 15.7 points, 5 rebounds. And there he is on the offensive end, attacking on the interior. I think he wants some help from the official, doesn't get the call he wanted. So Indonesia down 7. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter approaching. Back out, Tasia. Yonga on the baseline burst, ran into the double team. And Hamouda with that long frame, able to intervene in the passing lane. He's shooting at 67% from 2 and 43% from 3. Muzamil Hamouda. He ranks 7th in the whole competition in average efficiency. His teammate Rashid is 3rd. His other teammate Chisholm is 5th. 3 of the top 7 players in efficiency in the tournament on this Bahraini team. Big Indonesia buzzer beater. Knocked down by Mohamed Guntara. Not an out-and-out scorer. A player full of fight with the way he goes about the game, but that time a big shot. It's only a 4-point game put in by Muzamil Hamouda. Equally adept at driving in traffic as he is at shooting from range. Bahrain by 6, not at their best, but still 20 points already. Noor trying to get free, trying to find Laguna to no avail, but still Indonesia possession. I've got a discrepancy in the scoreboard here because the other score system is showing a 21-13 score. Try and get that cleared up for you as soon as we can. Turnaround, 3-point shot, way off. And couldn't recover it with Guntara underneath. Bouali handing it off. Final minute of the first quarter. Little stutter dribble. Ali Melad, and still Bahraini basketball. Melad to inbound. 3-point shot off the inbound. Bouali misses it. Shooting 43% on the outside in the tournament. So bad choice to leave somebody open in that kind of form. Guntara for 3. Only grazes the rim. Rebound Hassan. The Indonesian offense really huffing and puffing. And Bahrain making the most of their chance in transition through Ali Rashid. His contribution goes under the radar somewhat as one of those young players, the 22-year-old. He's very efficient in the minutes he gets. But the basket, good for Guntara. So 23-15. Here's the score. Guntara will get the and one. We seem to have synced the scores now, that is correct. 14.9 to play in the first. Guntur being the extra source of offense that Indonesia require. It's a 7-point game. Muzamil Hamuda kicks it back out after drawing the attention of the defense. Looking to open up the three. Missed though by Ali Melad. Bahrain, impressive again. 23 points, up by 7. But Indonesia right there in the rearview mirror. And they won't be too deterred by that, Indonesia. Trailing 23-16 at the end of one, despite committing a heap of turnovers early on, and despite star scorer Marquis Bolden only having 2 points. Their other key player, Yuda Saputera, also with only 2. All players have stepped up and kept Indonesia very much in the fight. 5 points late on for Mohamed Guntur. 3 points for Koko Diputra, 4 for 21-year-old Hendrik Jonga. Unlikely source of offense for Indonesia. The team usually rely on Bolden and Saputera for the vast majority of their scoring. As for Bahrain, 9 points for the captain, Meitam Issa, on perfect 3-point shooting. 5 points for Muzamil Hamuda, coming later on. Group of players on 2. Bolden's only basket for Indonesia so far. He's 1 of 3. That's because Wayne Chisholm has played superbly on the defensive end against Bolden. Chisholm in that first quarter playing only 4 minutes and 40 seconds, but coming up with 3 steals before going to the bench. You see the Indonesian fans over on the far side, desperate to be their team's 6th man. As a neutral in this tournament, on the one hand, it would be nice to see Indonesia and Bahrain their first defeat to open up the competition and take it to the final day. But on the other hand, Bahrain have been so impressive. I want to see them get their reward. Mustafa Rashid to Chisholm, gets it back. Rashid back to Chisholm again. 2-man basketball. Knocked away, and a whistle. And a turnover. Wayne Chisholm really disputing the call. And that is a break at the start of the second for Indonesia. Tasia, the backup point guard, averaging 16 minutes a game here, 2.7 assists with 1 turnover a game. Struggled with his shot though. Oh, Chisholm working so hard to make amends for the call he felt had gone against him. Comes up with his 4th steal in around 5 minutes of play. Mustafa Rashid halfway down, back out for the man who knocked down 10 triples in his last performance. Such a quick elevation and release. Able to manipulate his body in so many different ways to knock down those threes. So another break for Indonesia. As he misses the 3, and Marquis Bolden throws it down over multiple opponents. If anything will spark Indonesia into life, it's that. Just a 5-point game. Chisholm looking for Rashid. This time into the interior, off-balance shot. He had options on the perimeter. It's not happening for Mustafa Rashid, who's been Bahrain's star of the show over the first 3 games. And Indonesia can try and make it a 1-possession game. Three-point shot is good, and Indonesia within 2 points. Mohamed Noor hitting the three that we talked about being so important for his team. If he can help the Stars out, down the baseline, in retaliation goes Ali Rashid. And then turned over by Indonesia. In the corner, there's that quick release three. Rashid misses again though, Mustafa Rashid. He's 1 of 5 from the field, including 0 of 2 on the outside. In fact, he hit his first shot, so he's missed 4 in a row. But remember, he missed his first 4 of the last game and finished with 32 points. Offensive rebound, Erga. Nice bounce pass to the far side. Lots of role players stepping up here for Indonesia. We've not seen that yet in this tournament, and it's helping them close this gap. With Yanta Teja, and Indonesia within 2. It is no longer the Bolden and Saputera show for Indonesia. Mustafa Rashid, we know he'll keep backing his own ability, but that is now 0 of 3 on the outside, 1 of 6 from the field, and 5 straight misses. And Indonesia could try and take the lead here. Rebound Ali Rashid. Bahrain have led by as many as 10 points. Ali Rashid. It won't fall for them now. Rebound Bolden. Further encouragement, Indonesia. Teja pulls up for the three, for the lead from 10 down. With Yanta Teja. Where has this come from Indonesia? 26 points. And only 4 of them from Bolden. Only 2 of them from Saputera. The rest of the team have arrived.
No lose contact. Over. Ball.
Patience with the game.
Ya meteremos.
We'll score.
¿Qué? Si no metemos, no bajes defensa.
Well, Bahrain have been blowing the competition to bits. A perfect 3-0 with an average winning margin of 28 points. And they led by 10 early in this one, but Indonesia have stormed back in a big way to take the lead. It has been a tournament of upsets, and they're hoping to brew up another one here. Team that's all been about the individual play of Bolden and Saputera, now getting a spread of responsibility on offense and defense throughout the roster. Mustafa Rashid has not set his radar right yet. Issa, Chisholm, Issa again. Veterans combining to try and stop the rot. And the follow, Chisholm couldn't stretch enough. The points have completely dried up for Bahrain. Indonesia smell blood. They're queuing up on the perimeter. Guntera takes the 2 and knocks it down. Indonesia lead by 3. This is a 2-12 second period. Mustafa Rashid passes on to Chisholm, who misses but will go to the line. It's an 8-0 scoring run for Indonesia that Bahrain will try and stop here. First trip to the line for Chisholm, just the second trip to the line for Bahrain as a team. Ali Hassan split their previous pair. Free throw shooting has been a problem for Wayne Chisholm, just 64% at the tournament. The same percentage he shot from the field. But he makes them both hit. Importantly for Bahrain. Indonesia by one, approaching the midway point of the second quarter. Erga, 23-year-old, who's been inefficient in 10 minutes a game so far. And Bolden knocking down the three. Marquise Bolden with the big shot. Indonesia by four. Chisholm, will he answer back? No, grabs his own rebound though and will stuff it instead. Wayne Chisholm with the two-handed hammer. Pulling Bolden away from the basket. Quicker to the rebounds. Right up to the rack. (29-31) is the score. Tasia. Shot clock down to the final few ticks. Tough to get a shot away from there. And a shot clock violation. And who would have believed that this could be the position through 15.5 minutes, especially given Bahrain have only turned the ball over once. Mustafa Rashid, long two, still dry. 1 of 7 from the field. His shooting has been electric the first 3 games. Kantara, way off with the air ball. They were hoping for much better. Issa, out to Chisholm, takes the 3 again, misses it again. Can't follow this one up, but his teammate does. Metam Issa in a fresh 14 on the shot clock. There's a different dynamic to a Bahrain game at this tournament, really for the first time. He's played delightful team basketball until this point, shooting the lights out. Young players full of confidence, and now a bit of doubt creeps in. Issa to inbound. Buale. Guarded tightly by Coco Diputra. Mustafa Rashid, certainly not shy to shoot. There's a sense of inevitability about him. The confidence and belief in his own ability is unerring. He'd missed his previous 6 shots until that one, as he knocks down his first 3 of the game. Indonesia can't cancel it out. Bahrain lead. And a chance to stretch it here. Metam Issa, and a foul on Erga. So Mustafa Rashid now 2 of 8 from the field in the game for 5 points. We saw that in the last game when he missed his first 4 shots. And the confidence coursing through his veins when he even stopped on the fast break to pull up and knock down a 3, and then he started hitting them from Steph Curry range after that. Here he goes again, twisting and turning, pulling the trigger, missing the target again though. Not able to build momentum here, and that's offering Indonesia encouragement. Bolden puts it on the floor, attacks multiple opponents, bounces away off Bolden, who's saying he was fouled, but it's just an out-of-bounds call against him. He's not really been able to build up momentum, despite Indonesia being in a good position in this game. Bolden on 7 points from 3 of 5 shooting. Can take over a game. We saw that against Kazakhstan on game day 1. Issa puts it up for Chisholm, trying to do it on the second attempt, and he does and one. First tried to do it on the way down, then caught his own miss. Not perhaps the athleticism that he used to possess to go up for the alley-oop finish, the 36-year-old. A veteran of an American Bahrain. He grew up in Tennessee. At the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, where he led the team in his senior year in points, rebounds and blocks. He's had a career all over the world since then. Played in Bahrain, lifting the league title in 2018. Superb at last year's Asia Cup. In the twilight years of his career now, though. But, comfortable in the knowledge, I think, that there are a talented young group that he can pass the torch to. Tremendous diligence, doggedness on defense. A sportsmanlike foul called off the back of that steal. Well, this is the thing about this Bahrain team. When they're not quite at it on the offensive end in terms of their ball circulation or their shooting, they cover the cracks with their work on defense. A real two-way team in terms of their energy and execution. It's a fourth foul on Indonesia here. We saw the unsportsmanlike signal from the referee. Speaking of that defense, working together, working hard for Bahrain. 7 steals in the game now. 5 of them from Wayne Chisholm, including 3 very early on, and then 1 each now for Issa and Rashid. It was Rashid who grabbed that one. Let's see the contact afterwards. A body check that's being checked. I think there were multiple calls from the different officials. One calling the regular foul, the one closest on this near side calling unsportsmanlike. Well, there's got to be a legitimate attempt to play the basketball. Let's see what they decide here. It is an unsportsmanlike foul after looking at the video. The Indonesian player would say, I couldn't get out of the way. But both arms did go in on Mustafa Rashid. Clever play from him. He knocks down the 2 free throws, and then off the back of the unsportsmanlike foul, Bahrain get the ball. Ali Rashid to inbound. 6 the lead. They've grown it back up to 6, having earlier had a 10-point lead overturned by Indonesia. Risky pass from Mustafa Rashid. Players battling to try and pick up the pieces. It's turned over eventually, but you see the effort, the work rate of all the players. They're not a particularly big team, but they seem to have a core of players all prepared to cover every inch of the hardwood. The timeout. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Bahrain leading by 6, 37-31.
Coming on the front court, yeah, like this. Play short one. But he's go pop, you are good. Diving. Okay. Short
Side
one,
of 5.
side of 5, but he's pop, you are diving. He ready to go to
Pick and roll. It's not necessarily run, no. Good times, pick and roll. Elbow in, bam, bam, open, roll.
They've been such a fun, free-flowing team to watch. through this tournament, Bahrain. But this Indonesian setup has been more disruptive to them than we anticipated it would be. Pajic playing a number of different players. Younger one of them who's getting longer minutes. I have to credit the coach for that. Rather strangely, we've hardly seen Yuda Saputera. He's controlling the ball over centre court, guarded tightly by Ali Rashid. Multiple fouls probably there. Yuda Saputera, 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting. 1 assist so far. He's averaged 18 points and 7 assists. The leading creator in the whole tournament. 20 points, 9 assists last time out. Get the playing surface safe, and Yuda Saputera will inbound. He has played 14.5 minutes of the first 18 and a bit, but somewhat anonymous on the floor. It's a back from Bolden. Saputera, nice pass to the corner, 3-point shot. Defense must have got a piece of it. Coco de Putra misses, picks up the loose ball. Shot clock still ticking here to the final 4 seconds. Tough shot off the window, didn't hit the rim, so a shot clock violation. And the attempt from Mohamed Nur. So it's important that Nur adds himself into the equation as a scorer. Did get a 3 early on, but he's now just 1 of 4 from the field. Mustafa Rashid, long range 2, got it. He's disappointed with himself because he took a couple of bounces off the rim. He still scored. And despite a tough start, he's still the top scorer in this game. Mustafa Rashid up to 9 points. Bahrain a chance to tie or surpass the largest lead here. Final minute of the first half. 3-point shot good for Maitham Issa. 4 of 5 from downtown. And they pinch it back quickly. And this is a heartbreaking finish to the second quarter for Indonesia, who put so much work in to try and get themselves ahead. Now trailing by the largest margin. And the points have dried up. Down 11. 7-second differential. Mustafa Rashid will look to orchestrate the offense by holding it to leave Indonesia little time to respond. Rashid, 6 to shoot. Goes inside, back outside. He's almost orbiting the body of Wayne Chisholm before knocking down the 3. Don't ever doubt him. Shot away from Bolden, puts up a prayer, misses. And Bahrain, it feels like in third gear, still lead by 14 points, still score 45.5, and Mustafa Rashid still has 12. They are here to win it, and they are 1/2 away from doing so. That ticket to next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments. Bahrain 45, Indonesia 31 at half-time. Bahrain on course to go 4-0 and secure their place and their finish at the top of the group. They burst away early and led by 10. Bolden and Indonesia bounced back. Produced an unlikely looking comeback. His big dunk, a big part of it. Knocked down a big 3 as well, did Bolden. As well as his teammates contributing on the perimeter. But this Bahraini side has too many weapons, too much youthful exuberance, and too much tenacity on the defensive end to be stopped here in Damascus. This was the one to give Indonesia the lead. Tasia, one of those role players, stepping up. 5 points for him. 7 for Gunter to jointly lead them alongside Bolden. The youngster Yonga's contributed 4. Coco de Putra and Nur 3 each. But for Bahrain, 12 points apiece at half-time for the captain, Meitam Issa, who's 4 of 6 from downtown, and Mustafa Rashid, who just shows a remarkable belief in his own ability. Was 1 of 7 from the field, I believe, before hitting 3 of his last 4 shots. Finishes the half 4 of 11 from the field for 12 points. And Wayne Chisholm, tremendous in several departments. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 assists and 5 steals, including 3 in the opening 4 minutes as he slowed down Marquise Bolden. Haven't really seen too much from Muzamil Hamouda. Played 8 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds. This Bahrain team has everything, it seems, including that strength in depth, and has one hand on a ticket-sealing win at half-time.
Small bottle.
Welcome back to the Al Fayha Stadium in Damascus, Syria. Half-time, Bahrain with a 45-31 lead over Indonesia as they look to go a perfect 4-0. And even before the final day of action tomorrow, secure their ticket to the Olympic qualifying tournaments next year, as the group winners here would render all of those 3 games tomorrow and this evening's game between Kazakhstan and Syria meaningless in terms of gaining the overall prize here, because Bahrain would impressively finish the job early. It's not over yet. 14 points is doable, but Bahrain have shown a different side of their game today to still put the points on the board and still generate the lead, even without their sharpshooters perhaps firing on all cylinders. It's been more about the defense, if anything, today than the offense. 8 steals for the team in the first half. They've forced 11 turnovers on Indonesia, while only committing 1 of their own. Only shooting 39% from 2-point range, but they've started to fire on the perimeter. They've protected the ball. They've also won the offensive rebounding battle. And beautiful ball movement from the start from Indonesia, but the door slammed in the face of Guntara. Still Indonesia possession with half the shot clock remaining. Set play off the restart goes begging, but a free player on the inbound pass gets them the points. Anthony Erga. Mustafa Rashid ran into trouble. Not been his best day today. You could say the same about many of the players on the offensive end, but they will group together on the defensive end to try and see the job through. Bolden, he could yet change things. Blocked off on his route to the rim by Chisholm. And Wayne Chisholm has been perhaps the main protagonist of that defensive display. Hamuda, awkward attack to the basket. Saputera, the shake-off transition 3. I could do with him coming alive. 42% on the outside over the first 3 games for Saputera. He's been almost non-existent today. Nice composure in the paint. And he's just owning the paint at both ends, Wayne Chisholm. Block on Bolden. Chisholm's second block of the game to go along with 5 steals. Bolden turns to face him again, shoots over the top of him this time. There's a clear winner in that battle right now. Bahrain with Hamuda, lost it again, recovers it, back out, Issa. Issa turns it over, trying to go behind the back down the baseline. A couple of turnovers all game long for Bahrain, but the free-flowing offense in terms of the team basketball and in terms of the shooting accuracy, not what it can be. Bahrain, the first 3 games, averaged 24.7 assists a game. Only 9 so far here. Erga on the flyby for 3. Indonesia not taking their moments to capitalize. Muzamil Hamuda at full pace. He was expecting his teammate in the corner. It's really sloppy from Bahrain now. Opening the door for a potential Indonesian comeback. And now with Yuda Saputera getting going, perhaps Indonesia can start to move through the gears to get through that open door. For all of the Bahrain sloppiness, it's still not really much more or much less of a margin than it was at half-time. In fact, Mustafa Rached at the foul line now could take it back to 14 as it was at the break. He's had a few struggles from the field today, but a perfect 4 of 4 at the line. 14 points to lead his team. Erga. He draws a foul. No, guarded by the length of Hamouda. Switches briefly onto Chisholm. They swing it around the perimeter. Saputera for 3. Goes too long. Look at that heave forward. Seeking out Rached in the end zone. But a turnover. They had 1 turnover in the first half, Bahrain. That's now 4 in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Still, the margin is 14. It's up to Indonesia to try and make something of those turnovers. Erga off the nice crossover, got it down 1, up against Chisholm, the 179 guard in the land of the Giants. Anthony Erga, the 23-year-old. Where has this performance come from for him? Across the first 3 games, Erga averaged just 10 minutes a game, shot just 1 of 7 from the field. Today he's got 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field, hit that free throw, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 0 turnovers. Foul on Indonesia as Chisholm hits the deck. Hamouda will inbound. Indonesia down 11 and Bolden not taking over yet. The question is, will he be able to against that defense of Chisholm? Foul on Erga. Runs into the tree trunk of a leg of Chisholm. It's a hard fall, a long way down for the 36-year-old big man. That knee's okay. The trip after the hit with the arms that took him down. They've called the sportsmanlike foul against Anthony Erga because Chisholm's going to the line. It's a tough break for Indonesia. Erga doing so much right off the bench before doing something wrong. Chisholm makes the most of his opportunity. Perfect 5 of 5 at the line now, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals and 2 blocks for Wayne Chisholm, keeping Marquise Bolden quiet. Strong attack into traffic, but a travel against Meitamisa. Into the game comes Ali Melak. Erga. He'll go again, the 23-year-old point guard. Guntura stops and pops at the elbow, well short. Saputera catches up with it. Much of the play going through Erga rather than Saputera, curiously. There's the runner from Saputera. He's not been at the races today. They'll battle for it back. And tough to take because Pandu Wiguna has to settle for a trip to the line for two. On to the M1. A player who's only averaged 7 minutes a game so far, Pandu Wiguna. He's played 6 minutes here. And he's still looking for his first points. And that search continues. Bahrain up by 13. It's been a bad quarter for Bahrain, but yet he's still in a very healthy position. Chisholm couldn't secure the rebound, but his teammate Ali Kadem does, just as tenacious. Ali Kadem. They really are the two defensive anchors. Chisholm in the front court, Kadem in the back court. Two of the best players for steals and blocks across the competition. Ali Melab. Muzamil Hamouda, who's had an off day, gets the handoff from Chisholm. Hamouda changing direction, passing on to Ali Kadem, who wriggles free. Houdini move from Kadem. He can score it as well. 3 steals a game to lead the competition, but 7 points a game, 62% shooting. Open corner three, they need it, they don't get it. Chisholm gets another rebound. Hamouda can be quick in transition, puts the brakes on, waits for the cavalry to arrive. 3-pointer off the mark, Issa. That really would have blown it open. It's a 15-point margin even with the miss. Saputera, meandering dribble, had his pocket picked on the way through. Quick passing down the floor, Hamouda on the trail. His teammate Melad wanted the spectacular finish, I think, to the fast break, but they all count just the same. And Hamouda gets a rare basket for him today. Guntura open three. It's an option that you're happy with if you're the Bahraini defense. He's just not a shooter. Hamouda is though, and he strings a triple. And Bahrain are pulling away, lead by 20. They played poorly through the third quarter and at times in the first half, but this is a gritty performance from a team that can light it up. And now they're starting to do so. And this looks like it will put the competition to bed. Indonesia deflated, down 20. They've had their moment, they've had their chance in this third quarter, but they've blown it. Bahrain are never going to be that slow for too long. And the offense is going through the gears again now. Muzamil Hamouda with the 3 and a 2. Doubling his tally for the game to 10 points. This Bahrain team finding a different way to win. When they're good, they're great. When they're bad, they're still pretty good. Bolden. And there's a foul. So they've only moved the ball for 11 assists today, Bahrain, but they've still scored plenty of points. They've still got to their numbers, even if it's not been as pretty. Bolden, and he was really riled by Chisholm earlier on, Bolden, and he's now on just 3 of 11 shooting for his 7 points. Hamouda, back-to-back triples for Muzamil Hamouda, back to his best. And Bahrain are very nearly there with their hands on that ticket to the Olympic qualifying tournaments. Typically tight defense, but a 3 from Yonga. Henrik Yonga, who hadn't shot the ball well the first 3 games, doing much better today. 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting. Little jab step, and then finger on the trigger. Tamisa hitting the target. And Bahrain now dropping perimeter bomb after perimeter bomb. That was their 10th 3, and up to 45% accuracy. A technical call. Bahrain by 23. It's not over yet. But Bolden is not his normal self. Misses the technical at a point where Indonesia need each and every point they can possibly get. Muzamil Hamouda quickening the pace in traffic, still getting it up. And he'll go to the line for 2 to try and continue a scoring spurt that's already seen him score 8 points. He's looking to make it double figures in the quarter. That's what this team have got. If one player's not performing, another will be. Picking up the slack, waiting for others to join in the party. They're a machine with lots of moving parts, well oiled. And working to be more than the sum of their very impressive individual parts. So Hamouda, now the team's top scorer with 15, but they've got 4 players between 12 and 15 points. 25 to lead, 2.5 minutes to play. Hamouda all over his opponent on defense as well. Look at the hustle. Really does have that in his locker as well, Hamouda. Four blocks and 3 steals in game 2. Bolden, a 3 that he needs, can't provide it. It's the second time on a behind the back that Issa's turned it over in this quarter, but they get it back. Fake pass to the corner, then down the baseline, threading the eye of the needle, Issa, and Bouale puts it in. 25 the lead, 12 minutes to play. Taken away in front of Bolden by Ali Hassan. Indonesia look well and truly beaten. Bolden stuck on 7 points now on 3 of 13 shooting. You've got Saputera, who's only on 4 points on 2 of 6 shooting. He's currently on the bench. Deep three-point shot, good for Pandu Wiguna. Unlikely source. Beg your pardon, it's Anthony Ergo, still an unlikely source. Only hit 1 field goal the first 3 games. Bahrain turning it over, but Indonesia need to turn it on in a big way. Tasia. Bolden to Yonga. Tasia back to Yonga. Bolden backing in, going to work on Hassan. Spinning into the triple team, trapped in the paint. Can he find a way out? He can with a Houdini move of his own. A rare basket for Bolden. And he disrupts the shot, but following in far side, Bahrain get the second chance opportunity to go. And more than holding Indonesia at arm's length. Despite the fact that Chisholm is on the bench, allowing Bolden a bit more freedom that he's not really making the most of. Options left and right. Here's Hamouda! Muzamil Hamouda through the gears, down the floor, in a flash, and flying for the finish. He was the defender being disruptive against Bolden at the opposite end, and in the blink of an eye, he was throwing it down at the other. .24 the lead. And this has already been Bahrain's best offensive quarter with 27 points. Erga slipping it through, shot away in time and good. Tasia puts a small stitch in a wide open wound. But Bahrain rediscovering their flow with a 27-point third quarter. Muzamil Amir Hamouda, the standout from the third, producing 12 of his 17 points in that period. (72-48) at the end of 3. This tournament as a contest to try and get that ticket to next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments is as good as over. Bahrain 1 quarter away from a win that would take them a perfect 4-0 and see them out of sight at the top of the group. It's a positive start to the third period for Indonesia. Feels a long way off now. Bahrain just have too many options, too much tenacity, too many players who can take the game away from their opponent in a flash. And in that quarter, it was Muzamil Hamouda, who's now 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 at the line for 17 points in under 19 minutes on court. In the first half, it was Chisholm, Issa and Rashid. In the third quarter, it's Hamouda. The game feels over before the final period. .22 is the margin. And that last period was Indonesia's best offensive period. They only scored 17. 15 in the second, 16 in the first. Hamouda ploughing through the paint, missing a shot. Chisholm trying to back him up. Hamouda grabs the rebound, his 5th of the game. Ali Rashid flicks it overhead, and a foul as Chisholm launches his flight path. He's been hit. I think you look forward and wonder what the future could hold for this Bahraini team. The young talent has a huge potential. The 21-year-olds Rached and Hamouda, the 22-year-olds Ali Rached and Ali Kadem. 4 tremendous young players. But you look at this man at the line and you think, at the moment, they don't have a replacement for him. 36 years of age, Wayne Chisholm. They're going to need to add some size. A combination of size and quality to continue the same dynamic that this team has. He's a big piece of the puzzle. He's a piece that might not be around too much longer. That's going to be key to where this team can go. They showed incredible potential at the Asia Cup last year. They lost all of their games, all 3 of their games, but only by a single point to China, and only by 5 against Korea, 2 of the big teams. And after plenty of success at youth level with these young players. This is where they've graduated to the senior stage. And they will play on an even bigger stage next year at the Olympic qualifying tournaments. That is pretty much a guarantee now. Up by 28 points here with 9 minutes to play. Too long on the 3. Offensive rebound for Indonesia. Second chance scoring opportunity. It's going to be 3 straight defeats for them. Chisholm takes the foul, trying to stop Bolden. That's been one of the keys to the game early on. Chisholm with 3 very early steals. Bolden hasn't been able to get back on track since. There's a player that can do so much in that position, Wayne Chisholm. Lovely dribble and the floater over the top of the athletic Hamouda. That was a super score for Indonesia. Chisholm the 3. Showing one of his weapons. So much in his locker. About that super move from Yuda Saputera, though, on the ball now for Indonesia with that last score. We just haven't seen him enough today in the moments that have mattered. Strange that the play hasn't gone through him for Indonesia the way it has the previous 3 games. 1 assist for a man who came into this game as the competition leader, averaging 7 a game. 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting for a man who came in as the 4th top scorer at 18 points per game. He's got the minutes, 24 minutes so far today, but just hasn't had the ball in his hands as much as the previous 3 games. Gunter for 3, no. Catches his own rebound, floats it over the top of Chisholm, another miss. Ali Rached the rebound. Working with Chisholm, attacking, meandering through the defense and scoring. I said earlier, he's the young player that's more under the radar because Mustafa Rached and Muzamil Hamouda take on star roles and have plenty of catch-the-eye moments on offense. And Ali Kadem is the defensive anchor, the steals leader. Ali Rached has only averaged 13 minutes a game here, but he's, in that limited time, put up 7 points, 3 assists and a steal. Shooting 57% from 2, 38% from 3, 80% from the stripe. Another very accomplished performance today. He was fouled on the 3. 14 minutes today for Ali Rached. He's got 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting now. 3 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. And there are 4 more games left of this tournament. what all these teams came here for is no longer available to 5 of them. Bahrain are going to be out of sight, uncatchable at the top of the group after this win. It leaves the rest over those final 4 games just to play for pride, for development, and individual players to play for minutes and roles on teams going forward. Next up on this court today, it's Kazakhstan against Syria. Of course, there's more on the line for Syria, hosting this tournament here in the capital, Damascus, when they've gone so long in recent history without having fans in the arena. More than a decade without fans in for international games. So for them, it's about enjoying the sport, enjoying the escape, enjoying the opportunity to show the pride and passion they have for the national team, for their country as a whole. And then tomorrow, India against Bahrain, which, had India won against Saudi Arabia in the first game on this court today, would have been the winner-takes-all contest, because Bahrain would have got there at 4-0 after winning this one, and India would have got there at 3-1. So India would have had the chance to beat Bahrain and see both teams finish at 4-1, but win the head-to-head by winning that head-to-head game. Instead, India early today blown out, losing by 17 to Saudi Arabia. And that is what means this group is now over in terms of the battle of the top spot once Bahrain have this win confirmed. After India, Bahrain tomorrow, Saudi Arabia against Kazakhstan, and then the final game sees Indonesia take on the host Syria. 30 the lead for Bahrain. Mid-range shot down the baseline, no good. They try and crash the boards. Guntara gets it. Erga banks it in, up against Ali Kadem, the defensive specialist. Mustafa Reshed prodding and probing on the perimeter. Usually pulls the trigger, this time passes. Chisholm for 3, too long. Offensive rebound, Melad. Wide open, freedom of the arena to put it in. Ali Reshed, the under-the-radar man, does it again. 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting now for Ali Reshed. A basket and 1 to cancel out that 3 the old-fashioned way. Just give you an update on various stat lines now after we've had a spurt of action both ways. Anthony Erga leads Indonesia in scoring with 13 points in 17.5 minutes. 4 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, 3 assists as well, without a turnover for the 23-year-old. He only played 10 minutes a game the first 3 games. He's certainly taken his moment in the spotlight and taken on the main playmaker role from Yuda Saputera. We've got 10 points for Tasia. 4 of 5 shooting, another role player the first 3 games. Boulding restricted to just 9 points on 4 of 16 shooting. And Saputera just 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting and just 1 assist. I talked about it all being about the big 2 for Indonesia ahead of this one. It hasn't been. It's been about the supporting cast, but also how the big 2 have not particularly shown up. Midway point of the 4th quarter. Bahrain in an insurmountable position. Here is Anthony Erga, looking to continue to take his moments. Disrupted though. They're still playing that tenacious defense, even out of sight. And Ali Melad puts it in. And Bahrain up by 30 again. Final 5 minutes. What a trip it's going to be for them to whichever Olympic qualifying tournament they're in next year. Uncharted territory for a team very much in the ascendancy, very much with the bit between their teeth, very much capable of turning a few heads in what will be a global event for them next year. Muzamil Hamouda will make a few big moments in that tournament, I'm sure. Yeah, these first ever pre-Olympic qualifying tournaments, or Olympic pre-qualifying tournaments, taking place on a localized level in terms of the different FIBA zones. This is the Asia tournament, one of 5 tournaments altogether. 1 in the Americas, 1 in Africa, and 2 in Europe. All taking place concurrently right now. But once we move to the 4 Olympic qualifying tournaments next year, they will be played on a global level. A blend of teams from different zones at each tournament. So that will be a new and exciting test for Bahraini basketball. Tasia. Hamouda swiping at him. Found a pass to the far side, and Gunter knocks down a shot. He's up to 10 points, but on 4 of 14 shooting. That's his first 3 on his 6th attempt. Mustafa Rashid had a real off day. But that a real characteristic of this team, that when one of the stars doesn't shine, several others twinkle. For Bahrain, Rashid still has 18 points, but 6 of 13 shooting today for a man who can shoot the lights out. Nice strong attack for a chance at a 3-point play at the other end, but also Mustafa Rashid has been averaging 4 assists. He's only got 2 today with 4 turnovers. It's not been a bad performance, it's just not been a jaw-dropping level of his previous 3 games. It's Tasia here who has a chance to complete this 3-point play. Hamouda gets it off Hassan's rebound. Hamouda 17 points as the 3rd top scorer for Bahrain. Can't get the shooter's roll, grabs his own rebound, denied by Gunter. Henrik Yonga. Final 3 minutes, Tasia directing traffic. And a double dribble and a turnover from Widiante Tasia. Bahrain led today though by their veteran. What a performance it's been from Wayne Chisholm. 20 points. That's a game high. 11 rebounds. That's a game high. 4 offensive rebounds, a game high. 5 steals, certainly a game high. 2 blocks, also a game high. It's been about the man he's done it against as well, up against Marquise Bolden. He is their defensive anchor, their experienced anchor. And the bright future for Bahraini basketball might just depend on who can fill his sizable shoes. The centre, Ali Hassan, going down hurt here. She took a bump inadvertently from Kelvin Sanjaya, who's hardly played at the tournament. Only 9 seconds on court the first 3 games, but he's getting a few minutes here because of the game situation. Hamouda for 3. Points have dried up for him. And Yonga looking to capitalise coast to coast. Hamouda comes away with it. Now he can release it down the floor. And the layup good for Ali Rashid. He becomes the 5th scorer into double figures for Bahrain. Ooh, another one for Guntaro. He's hit a couple from that spot. What you'd say about this Bahrain performance is it's not been their best, and yet here they are, still way out in front and with 90 points with a couple of minutes to play. Muzamil Hamouda using those long legs to step back, misses the 3. Melad battling for the ball, going into the Indonesian bench to save it, getting it back, taking the 3 and knocking it down, and that sums up this Bahraini performance. A sharp-toothed performance, determined to get the job done. It was their 13th 3. Younger can't produce one at the other end, and they'll flood forward. Out of bounds, Bahraini ball, as they continue to play with boundless energy. Hamouda has just become their 2nd player to register a double-double. 17 points, 10 rebounds for him now, as well as 3 assists and a steal. Wayne Chisholm resting on the bench for the remainder with 20 points, 11 rebounds. Ali Rashid backing in. Wanted the foul, doesn't get it. Final minute. Well, Bahrain have never been to a World Cup or an Olympic Games. They've never finished higher than 10th, even at the Asian Cup. They were the lowest ranked Asian nation in the qualifying campaign for this year's World Cup. They hinted at their potential at the Asia Cup, but without getting a win, they are realising their potential here. And they're about to do something very special indeed. Ali Rashid going at Guntaro. Taking him on one-on-one. Little man posting up and scoring. The 181 guard, Rashid. 95 points for Bahrain. Corner 3 knocked down in retaliation for Indonesia. But Bahrain looking to reign with this new constellation of rising stars in uncharted territory now, going to a global event for the first time. They will play at the Olympic qualifying tournaments next year. A perfect 4-0 to seal top spot at this event before even the final day. They have blitzed the competition even when they've not been at their best. And they beat Indonesia here by 23 points. Led by the 20-point, 11 rebound with 5 steals and 2 blocks for their veteran Wayne Chisholm, providing the platform so often for their young stars to shine. This afternoon, it was his turn in the spotlight. Backed up by 17 points, 10 rebounds from 21-year-old Muzamil Hamouda. 18 points for the other 21-year-old Mustafa Rashid. 13 points for Ali Rashid, the 22-year-old. And 12 points for the captain, Maitam Issa. Now the 2nd lowest ranked nation here at 84th in the world. But they win the tournament. And look what it means. They haven't just won the tournament, they've dominated the tournament. A 15-point win A 37-point win. A 31-point win. And then here today, a 23-point victory. It is a bright new era for Bahraini basketball. And the journey continues at next year's Olympic qualifying tournaments. One more game still to come from the Al Fayha Stadium on this penultimate day of action in this competition. Next up, the host Syria taking on Kazakhstan. But we've just seen Bahrain